The PlayStation Store has just launched a brand new flash sale, slashing the price of a bunch of games until April 22nd, so I want to go over some of the titles that are on sale. Remember that this is coming off of the God of War sale that's running right now, as well as there's a little EA sale going on right now as well, so the entirety of the PlayStation Store actually has a lot of great deals available. Not quite as great as, say, Xbox's spring sale that they're running right now, but nonetheless, it's been a while since we've gotten some substantial deals, and we've got that for sure right now. Also, Newegg has got a great deal on a PlayStation Plus 1-year membership card, $45 for that. We'll go over that in the promo code and why that's a really good deal. And lastly, I do want to talk a little bit about Rage 2. In an interview to GameSpot, id Software talked a lot about the game and how it'll potentially be a different game 7 months after launch. Yeah, that's a little bit hard to digest, but we'll talk about that at the end of this video. But first up, what most of you guys are probably interested in is the brand new PlayStation Store flash sale. Again, not a sizable sale. I wish we got something major like an Easter sale or a spring sale, but considering we're only, a month and a half removed from the great indoor sale, I can understand why Sony doesn't want to bounce back and do another major sale so quickly. However, seeing all the games that are on sale as a part of Xbox's spring sale, that does make this a little bit depressing. But nonetheless, I do want to go over the games that are on sale right now. Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown is seeing its deepest discount yet. It's 40% off for $36. This is quite a good game. Unfortunately, you don't get that extra copy of Ace Combat 4 anymore, but nonetheless, Ace Combat 7 for $36 is quite good. This game released right around the same time as Resident Evil 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, so unfortunately, it got buried a little bit early on in the year, but it's still quite a good game, and I would give it a recommendation, especially at this price. The Deluxe Edition is also available, but that's $63 and change. That's pretty expensive, and I would just say get the base game. $36 for that is quite good. How about Assassin's Creed Odyssey? The Assassin's Creed Odyssey Gold Edition is down to $33. Guys, if you have any interest in Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, do note that the Gold Edition includes the Season Pass, which includes Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, which that alone is being sold for $40. So with the Gold Edition, not only do you get Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you get the Assassin's Creed Odyssey DLC within the Season Pass, and then the Season Pass also grants you AC3 Remastered. It's pretty absurd that AC3 was released at $40, and if you got duped into buying it for $40, I feel kind of bad for you. But nonetheless, the Gold Edition for $33 is very good. AC Odyssey, the base game, is also available for $19.79. That's a good buy, and definitely worth the price of admission, even though I wasn't as big of a fan of AC Odyssey as some other people, namely how grindy it is. You guys have heard this story. I've talked about it at length, but nonetheless, for those of you that want an expansive open world to delve into, AC Odyssey definitely offers that. Call of Cthulhu is 40% off, down to $36. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is 40% off, down to $24. Would like to see that a little bit cheaper at this point. Didn't it release all the way back in 2017? It's been a little while. So to see that still $24, hey, it's worth it, but I'd like it a little bit cheaper. Genesis Alpha 1, 40% off for $18, one of the more underrated games of 2019 thus far. Just Cause 4 is on sale as well, but you guys know how I feel about that. I wouldn't really recommend it. Would rather you guys play through Just Cause 3, but if you already played that and you want more Just Cause 4 isn't terrible, but it's honestly a step backwards in comparison to Just Cause 3. Killing Floor 2 is available for $9.89. I do see Life is Strange 2 Episode 1 is down to $4. Metro Exodus is 25% off for $45, so a discount on that. That's pretty good. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is 50% off for $30. Slime Rancher is 40% off for $12. That's a pretty good game. The South Park titles are on sale. You can get South Park the video game collection. That includes the Fractured But Whole as well as the Stick of Truth, $32 for that. And then Fractured But Whole standalone is actually $15. And then the Gold Edition of that is $22.49. You've got Spyro Reignited Trilogy, 25% off for $30. And then if you want both the Spyro and Crash bundles, you can get both of them in a bundle for $49.49. That saves you a couple bucks. Alternatively, from buying the game separately, I do see Elder Scrolls Online is on sale as well. That's 50% off for $24.99. Not bad on that. The Division 2 is 17% off for $49.79. The Division 2 I've touted to be one of the best multiplayer games of the year so far. Probably the best, and it really came down to it and Anthem in terms of what multiplayer game was going to resonate with gamers hard in this early 2019 period. And it goes without saying that The Division 2 has definitely become that game, and it's a game that Ubisoft is going to continue to update and expect it to get better and better. But unlike the first Division title launched with its fair share of problems. It was an okay game, but The Division 2, it's already a very good game from the get-go, and it's going to develop into an even better game with The Division. It did develop into a very good game, but it started off a little lukewarm. With The Division 2, you've already got a solid set of fundamentals there. Vampire, one of of my personal favorite games of 2018, 60% off for $24. Is it a perfect game? No. Gameplay leaves a lot to be desired, however, there is a lot to like from the storytelling standpoint and the voice acting and the atmosphere building. Those elements are done very, very well, and now that it's down to $24, I would give Vampire a strong recommendation. And lastly, I do want to note that Yakuza Kiwami 2 is 50% off for $25. Not the best entry point for Yakuza, but it's a good game nonetheless. If you are just getting into Yakuza, I would recommend Yakuza 0 or Yakuza Kiwami. Yakuza Kiwami 2 is after you get a little bit into the series. So a pretty good flash sale running right now. Remember that this is bundling in with the God of War anniversary sale as well as the EA publisher sale. So actually a sizable amount of discounts available on the PS Store, just not one of those big sales. I imagine since we're not getting a spring sale, the next major sale will be the Golden Week sale, and then the next huge sale will be that mid-year sale, the summer sale, and then that's when they're gonna slash the prices of hundreds upon hundreds of games. So that's the next major sale, Golden Week sale. That's gonna be a lot of Japanese titles, but I'm excited for that one as well. The sale running right now, again, a couple good deals, and I'm sure we'll give you guys a more in-depth rundown sometime in the near future. Also, as far as PSN goes, you can get PlayStation Plus discounted right now, while one-year membership for $45 at Newegg. That's pretty good. You guys have heard me talk about PS Plus in the past before, but if you're paying $60 a year for it, or God forbid you're paying $10 a month, you are doing it all wrong. PlayStation Plus should be had for $45 at the most. Ideally, you should be buying it during Black Friday, and it's available for like $40 or sometimes even a little bit cheaper than that. But that makes the PlayStation Plus offerings every month a little bit more palatable. It seems like every month, even if it's an okay month, there's always a little bit of a disappointment, and if you're paying $10 a month, yeah, I could see why you could be disappointed, but if you're going $45 a year, that translates to what, a little under $4 a month. It becomes a lot more palatable, and you're not going to care as much if the games aren't quite as up to par. Of course, we always want great Plus games, but sometimes whether it be you're not interested in the game, whether they be bad games or they be games you already own, whatever the case may be, every month can't be a home run, and when you're paying less for Plus, it makes all of that a little bit more digestible. $45 for Plus is quite good. A promo code with that, and we'll leave that in the description box below. And lastly, I want to take a look at a very interesting interview GameSpot conducted with id Software studio director Tim Willits, and he spoke on Rage 2. Of course, Rage 2 is being worked on by id Software as well as Avalanche Studio. That seems a match made in heaven. id Software really great with all the first-person shooting fundamentals, and Avalanche has been known for all of their open-world experiences. Unfortunately, recently Avalanche has left a lot to be desired with outings like Just Cause 4 and Generation Zero. Hopefully, they can get back on track with their work on Rage 2, but Tim Willits said this to GameSpot in terms of Rage 2 being updated after launch. Quote, "Yes, that's the plan. Hopefully, people will stay with it. I do think we have a good plan. We have some cool beats that we'll talk about after the game launches and what the framework looks like moving forward. When you play the full game, you can see that there's room for things to expand, and we will continue layer things in to keep people engaged. What we're planning on doing is creating some updates and content for this game after we launch, so we monitor the game, we monitor the players, we act in the community, we're gonna support it, we're gonna update it. It's not like a subscription or a free-to-play game, but it will be supported." These days, it seems like it's a necessity for even single-player games to get some form of updates. I mean, Assassin's Creed Odyssey has set the bar pretty high, even though I'm not a fan of how grindy that game is and there's microtransactions in the game. That game has showcased that even a single-player game can really evolve over time, and of course, there have been other single-player titles that have evolved over time. With AC Odyssey, it's interesting because a lot of the content is free, there is season pass content, but they also update it with free content, and of course with other Bethesda titles like Fallout and Skyrim, they evolve over time as well and get more content. But with Rage 2, they are saying that they're gonna add so much content 7 months after launch that it could be potentially seen as a different game. Now, what I've seen of Rage 2, initially I wasn't all too interested in, but as I've seen more of the open world, as I've seen more of the chaotic gameplay, I've become to get more and more sold on Rage 2, and I'm hoping for the best out of this game when it does drop in May. Specifically, it'll be out on May 14th. I just hope the performance is up to par, because that was one of the issues with the original Rage on consoles. A game that released pretty late towards last generation, so hopefully Rage 2 can refine things and make a better and more polished experience all around. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, the PlayStation Store is running a great flash sale right now. Not as big as, say, the spring sale Xbox has, but some good deals in it nonetheless. Would recommend titles like Ace Combat 7, Assassin's Creed Odyssey Gold Edition. Killing Floor 2 isn't a bad buy. The South Park games are pretty good. ESO's not a bad buy. Vampire. Some good standouts there. You can get PlayStation Plus 1-year membership for $45 at Newegg right now, and Rage 2 is shaping up to be a pretty interesting title. Think it could be one that ends up surprising a lot of people when it drops May 14th. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.